So we've seen a lot of hypocrisy from the right about making jokes, the sanctity of life. They didn't care about it with Gazans and Palestinians, but now they care about it when it's a white man. Let's get straight into the clip of trigonometry kind of showing the hypocrisy, let's just say.
It's gross.
Look, of course it's discussion, but I think also we have to accept as well that social media has played its part. In that when these people go online, they see these people not as real people, but as avatars. These are avatars. They're not real people. They don't interact with them every day. They don't see them. They're not their friends. They're not, well, you know. And so they don't. So if somebody is an avatar, they're not human. If they're not human, it's very easy to dehumanize them. Call them Nazi, call them whatever you want.
I hate that framing. Nazis are human. I think you're saying a lot about the essential nature of like fascists. No, fascists aren't inherently bad people. It's an ideology. It's a mind virus, if you will, that infests society. Usually a failure of capitalism, the inequality of the 1920s and 30s, the 29 crash led to, and World War One led to fascism in Germany, Italy, and we're seeing it across the world now. Like, it really shows how they see people, the essential nature, like, oh, fascists are just bad people. No. I think that indicates their belief there, that some people are good and some people are bad. And that's the problem we face here. They think they're the good guys, and they think, oh, anyone who makes a joke about Charlie Kirk's death is just a bad person.
Because what is the impact? It's not like I'm walking up to you at a bar and going, I think you're X, Y, and Z. You'd turn around to me and go, and then a very real encounter happens because it's real life. So if somebody dies and they're not human, then it's...
Why you see it as human, Nazis aren't human? That's really, the tell is there. Nazis are human, all too human, unfortunately. Like that's the banality of evil and just how we are all capable of some of the worst atrocities. But they just really think that, oh, I can never do that, which is so ironic if you think about the stuff they peddle.
like a computer game. I mean, social media in many ways is a glorified computer game. So Charlie is assassinated. Your enemy in the computer game is killed. You celebrate. And I think, as terrible as as I've just explained, I think that's a large part of it. And I think we as a...
There's an element of truth to that. Like, people do kind of commodify others through social media, and there's a lot of anonymity, and you can just say what you want without accountability. That is true. But really, like, Charlie Kirk's beliefs were deeply fascistic. He was a white nationalist. He said the Civil Rights Act, which kind of ended the Jim Crow segregation laws, was a mistake. Like, there's a reason why people celebrate his death. He was a hateful figure. I don't agree with that. Optically, I don't think it makes us look good. But there is a reason why people are celebrating his death. And we need to maybe analyze that and go, okay, maybe he was a deeply divisive figure. He told Taylor Swift to submit to her husband. That's pretty misogynistic. Like, that's unforgivable. And there's so many other quotes that apparently about a 10-year-old, he'd tell his own 10-year-old daughter or a 10-year-old girl, if they were sexually assaulted, to carry that child. Like, he's not a good guy by any measure of the standard.
Culture, as a society, as a generation, and the younger generations, we're in real danger of losing our souls and our humanity.
I don't think you're wrong about that, but I also...
Which is so ironic. Like, when you think, I did the video the other way, just how they were trying to gaslight the audience about what was happening in Gaza and the Palestinians, and saying like, oh no, when you see this, you're not being rational, you're being emotional. And now they're like, oh no, people are being horrible now. Like, which one is it? Like, they're the ones who devalue life. They're the ones who project their essentialism onto people, like, oh, Nazis just evil people. No, Nazis are people. Like, So frustrating.
have to push back on this as well, because I think you're right that the effect is there, but I don't. If somebody on the left, or somebody that I personally, someone who's, let's say, uber woke,
Yeah.
right. I don't want to name names because
You're a coward.
for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
That people would
coward.
assume that I hate because they're
Yeah.
my political opponent. If they were shot
Yeah.
in front of an audience of people they came to debate and killed in that way, I wouldn't be. I have social media. I wouldn't be
Yeah.
celebrating.
Great. No, yeah, most people aren't. Like, I haven't celebrated. It was horrible. I've seen the footage. It haunted me. Like, and it still haunts me. It was horrible. Like this, what point is he saying? Like, oh, great, he doesn't celebrate people's death. Okay. But if someone like Hassan Piker or some big leftist was shot, you would see exactly the same vitriol and same celebrations on the right. You would. Why are we acting like that isn't the case? Like the response to Paul Pelosi being attacked with a hammer, the non-response to Hortman, the senator who was killed in June, by the way. Like Trump's. Why are we pretending that they care about life? Like all of a sudden it's like pearl clutching, like, oh, like the way you were talking about Palestinians the other week was like, yeah, don't think of these as people. But now one of your own is killed. It's like, oh, the left are so evil, so mean, making jokes. Let's cancel them. Let's undermine free speech. These are meant to be the free speech guys. What the hell's going on?
Yeah.
Right? I would be horrified.
Yeah.
You pick out a person that you think I hate the most in the world, whoever that is in your head, right? And imagine that happening to them, and all I can think of, this is horrific.
Yeah.
Whoever did this obviously has to be punished to the worst extent, but we've got to like stop this. This is completely unacceptable. And I have social media.
Okay, that's interesting he says that. Is he going to call out far-right violence then across America? Will he do that? Would he call out Trump for not bringing people together and actually inflaming the division? Will he talk about that? Will he talk about... No, he won't. So why this empty virtue signal of like, oh, well, I wouldn't celebrate the death. No, but your side is causing more death and chaos disproportionately. Maybe talk about that.
Yeah, I'm on Twitter all the time, but I don't want to see my political opponents killed. So what I'm saying is we can blame social media all we want, but there's something else going on here.
Yeah.
What is that then? Are you going to analyze that? No, because the inference is, well, they're just bad people.
I also think it's a generational thing as well. I think if you've been raised on this stuff, I think, not that you're going to, but I think you're more likely to believe and think in that way. I genuinely...
Based on what? See, this is like just how shallow their analysis is. They just see this, oh, leftist problem. Like they would never like put it the other way and go, okay, what about the violence on the right, which is disproportionate? Just is. Like they won't talk about what happened on the same day as Charlie Kirk's murder, Desmond Holly, a neo-Nazi who shot up a school. They won't talk about that. They're just like, oh, leftists, see, they're just bad people.
really do. I think that one of the things that we're very lucky is that we remember a time before social media. We remember a time before all this stuff happened. So because you remember a time before it happened, you have a deeper connection and rooting with reality. And I sometimes think that, look, I think it's the ideology. Of course the ideology plays a part. I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm also saying that the way that we're interacting and staring at our screens, I think it's destroying a generation mentally.
I think it's unhelpful, but I'm sorry, Francis. I'm not down with this. People need to take some fucking accountability here. The teachers, the college professors,
Yep.
the influencers, the people who go on social media, the podcasters, all the people that have created an environment where...
This is so ironic when he pushes far-right, hard-right talking points and has normalized this behavior. So you've got more division. You've got trans hatred, hatred towards Muslims, hatred towards leftists and communists and wokies. No, he's the one who's accountable. Like, you are buying into that push of the Overton window to the right. Like, he is the one who's, like, celebrating this, essentially, and benefiting from this. Because that's why we're so divided. So you've got one group on one hand who just want to destroy trans people and just blame immigrants and scapegoat refugees. And on the other hand, we've just got like, oh, can we just have some evidence? Can we just have climate change? Can trans people just be left alone? Should we just have freedom of movement and try and solve problems like climate change and equality? Like, we're not talking about equivalence here. They want to make it seem like, oh, the left is so extreme with their green net zero and transness. It's like, no, we're trying to make the world better. You're trying to make it worse. You are objectively, by saying immigrants, like scapegoating immigrants and trans people, you don't care about life. Like, he's so dishonest in his demagoguery.
Young people now think violence is acceptable. I don't give a shit about their use of social media. Like, this is not...
Who thinks violence is acceptable? Young people? Well, probably statistically, that's always been the case. Like, not that long ago, we were engaging in wars. The 70s was like peak terrorism in the UK, Ireland. Like, is this a unique phenomena on the left?
the right way to be thinking about this. And I'm not going to let anyone off the hook with this. It's not acceptable.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I just think that is a fundamental part of the puzzle as well.
I agree. No, that part I agree with. But I don't think that should be remotely an excuse for this way of thinking. The reason that they think this way is first and foremost what they've been taught. What they've been taught ideologically to think about their political opponents. And this...
No, I don't think it's about the individual, actually. I don't care about Charlie Kirk. I'm more interested in the arguments and the beliefs. Like, what evidence are you, like, saying? Like, what is your ethical, like, axiomatic values? Is it wellness? Is it human happiness? He wasn't interested in that. Like, to just go out after trans people and black people and women and Muslims, like, he wasn't interested in making people happier, bringing people together. He was interested in the opposite. That's all that matters to me. Like, you can say, oh, like, individuals, like evil. No, it's, what are the ideas? How do you make people's lives better?
Decade we've had now of constant demonization of your political opponents.
And you don't do that. The right doesn't do that, no? And again, for me, it's not about the individuals. I don't care about Kisin. Like I don't. It's more the ideas you're spreading. I'm not demonizing. It's the ideas, the bad ideas that cause harm. Racism, transphobia, Islamophobia. These cause harm. We know this in society. Demonizing fascism doesn't. Trying to oppose fascism, historically, has been a really good project. Actually, really good, I think. And we need to, like, really embrace it.
As Nazis and fascists, all of this. That's where this is coming from. That's where this is coming from. Social media, of course, you're right. But the thing with social media is social media amplifies everything.
Yeah.
If you put good stuff out, that also gets amplified by social media. Look, my Instagram feed is, because of what I'm following on there, is just people talking about parenting in a funny way and whatever.
Yeah.
My point is, good messages also get amplified,
Yeah.
right? So at the end
What is that, though? What's good messaging to him?
of the day, it's about people who are putting out the messages.
Yes.
They're the ones responsible.
Agreed. And they need to take responsibility for that. Absolutely 100%. Because I think, and I see a lot of these people, I go, do you actually, genuinely, do you actually think about the impact this is having? Or are you just thinking in a purely monetary, very, very functional business? Oh, this clip did X, this clip did Y.
This is so ironic coming from them, who'll platform Netanyahu, no pushback. Tommy Robinson, no pushback. Loads of far-right demagogues, transphobes, anti-Muslim haters. Like, this is what they do. This is all they do. And they are victims of the algorithm in a sense, because they go, okay, we'll do 53 videos plus on transing. That's popular. We'll do that. Not interested in actually who's causing the most harm in society. It's not trans people, by the way. It's the wealthy. Always has been, always will be. No, we'll just lean into that. And it's like the lack of self-awareness of what they're doing. But they know what they're doing. They know the grifters. They know they're lying. But they have to play the game, because now, what, they're just going to leave it? They're just going to leave this project when it's making money?
It's got X amount of followers. It's got Y amount of engagement. Is that how you think about it? Or are you actually thinking to yourself, this is having a very real world impact? If you've been following the immigration debate, you'll know how different the headlines can look.
Oh my God. We'll end there. It's so disappointing because the algorithm incentivizes this. Like, I could easily be at 100,000 subscribers now if I was right wing, if I was spinning hatred towards trans people, wokeness, leftists, communists. It's so easy. It's the grift that keeps on gifting. And we have to fight back. We have to call these people out because they're not interested in the truth. Like, there's not. Like, I should start an alternative channel where I just say the opposite of what I believe, and I would be making thousands of pounds a month. But I'm not going to do that because we have to fight back against this. So please help me fight back. Hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.